Hey guys, today I'm filming the finale for all of the products I want to use up in 2021. This is the title I gave my year-long project pan, and at the beginning of the year I chose a set group of products I wanted to either finish or hit pan on by the end of the year, and then I had an additional goal of finishing 100 makeup products. I told you guys last update that I did not think it was going to happen, but we've done it. I am very, very proud. I hit 100 exactly, and it was really like a month ago. I sat down and was like, okay, what things do I think I can finish by the end of the year? And it was actually kind of easy. There are basically brow gel, mascara, and some liquid liners that I've been using for many, many months now that I just decided that I was going to be done with at the end of the year. So we have that, and then there were some other things that I decided to push through and really finish. And then I always start my winter project pans in December. So usually those empties I will save for the following year. But because I really wanted to hit this goal of 100, I did go ahead and include some things that I finished in December. So that is why, and I'm feeling really happy. I know the number doesn't really matter, but I was so close to hitting it that I just had to do it. So I'm feeling good about it, and I hope I can finish 100 things next year as well. We will see. And of course, the reason I hit 100 is because I used up so many minis this year. I'm gonna do a whole video on all the makeup I used up, and I will give you a breakdown what was mini, what was full size. But that's the reason why I have so many. When I watch other empties and people finished up, you know, like 40 products, they were all full size. I can't imagine finishing 40 full size makeup products. I just can't. Enough blabbering, let's get into it. I finished everything that I aimed to finish this year from this project, except for 2 items. Although this first item I actually just wanted to make progress on this year, and my goal was to finish it in 2022. So that still is the case. This is my Illamasqua matte powder in the shade Intrigue, and this is something I have just been using to clean up under my contour. I actually haven't really used it in a while, so I don't know if there's too much progress. There may be a little bit, because when I'm repressing some powder, I will usually include a little bit of this. So next year I plan on using this in the same way to help clean up under my contour, but I will also likely be using this repressed into like an eyeshadow pan to highlight under my brow bone. So we will see, but I'm very happy with the progress that I made on it this year. And then my other product I'm also not surprised by, that would be my primer setting eyeshadows. So this is Matt Malloy from theBalm. I've used up one of these in the past. These pans are very big, and theBalm shadows are very pigmented. They're not super powdery, and I can repress it time and time and time and time again before I finish it up, and I'm okay with that. So this is what I have left. I may have put in a little bit of the Illamasqua just when there were times where I put in too much liquid, but I'm super happy with the last time I repressed these. They worked really well. I think before I hadn't been doing enough liquid, and then it would like dry and crack, but it worked so perfectly this time. I'm so happy. And then the other product I have in here is actually a sample size MAC Studio Fix powder. I did finish up the original pan, which was Matte Lin from theBalm. I finished that this year. So this item I just wanted to go ahead and start using, but I want to finish it next year. So this will roll over into next year's project pan. But this is, again, a MAC Studio Fix powder foundation sample in NC20, which was a little too dark for me to use to set my primer, so I did mix in a little bit of the Illamasqua. And I did want to tell you that this is like a full-size eyeshadow pan, so that's why I was not trying to finish that by the end of this year as well. So this has 1.5 grams in it, and a full-size Anastasia eyeshadow pan has 1.7 grams. So like I said, it is like a full-size eyeshadow in here. So using it as a powder, I'd go through it quickly, but as a shadow, not so much. So I'm super happy with the fact that these are the only things I didn't finish this year. Totally fine with that. I didn't plan on finishing the Illamasqua this year anyway, but I did finish the other 6 products that I still had since my last update, which is amazing. The first thing is this little mini of the Becca brightening under eye corrector, and this has exactly half the amount of price you get in a full size, so it's a great value. I think around $14, $15, $15, which is fantastic for my end of the year empties. But I did not like this at all. I've used up another mini in the past. These minis take forever though. Like it took me basically all year long. So, you know, it was a great long haul product. I'm very happy to get it out, but I like I said, don't like this at all. It creases on me. I do think it's brightening, but it is not correcting, and I do not have very dark under eye circles. I know that they now have more shades. They did have 2, but now since Smashbox has taken over the product, they've added more shades, and hopefully they're a little bit more peachier. This one was so pink. No, this is terrible. I don't like this. And also it had a funny smell from the beginning, which of course I didn't like every time I put it on. So happy that is done. Then I did finally use up my ColourPop No Filter Concealer in Fair 00, which is the white shade. So there's a little bit of product stuck to the sides, but it's basically like all dry. I have done everything I can to scrape out all of the product. This is a fantastic concealer, great for blemishes under eyes or just for giving extra coverage, which I did in the past with a different shade. On my cheeks, it works perfectly. This goes over top of other products really well in my experience, and I would totally repurchase this if I needed a white concealer, because this is way easier to work with formula wise and to mix than other concealers I've tried in the past, like the Kat Von D. This is really good, but the concealers I have right now are a good shade match for me, so I don't have a need for this product, so I'm very happy to have gotten it out. The next thing I finish would be the last of my facial sprays. This is the original MAC Fix Plus. This is the 1 ounce travel size bottle. I was about right here, and it is all gone. I absolutely love this. I have a few more minis and 2 full sizes to work through. It really does make any powder on the skin just melts right in and look really nice. But of course, this is not a long wearing setting spray, but I really do enjoy it. Then I did finish my Lorac Take a Brow kit in the shade Blonde like I thought I would, and I just wanted to finish up the lightest shade. You can see where I was last time, and I'm super happy with this. And this is something that I started using to fill in my hairline. Since having my baby, I did lose some hair, and it just looks thin around here, and you guys know I wear my hair up all the time, so I don't really do this when my hair is down, but when my hair is up I did do this today. And I'm so happy to have used this product up in this way, because I think this is an amazing brow powder, but I don't use brow powder anymore, and I had this one and 2 more backups. So I'm actually going to be rolling in a backup of this into my 2022 project to also use as a hairline powder. Usually I'm not a multi-purpose kind of person, or I sometimes feel like things are wasteful. Like, I personally find it wasteful to use up a glowy face primer as a like body illuminator. I find that wasteful personally. If you use a liquid highlighter that way, maybe I wouldn't feel that way. I'm very weird about things, but I don't want to be a bit of a hypocrite with the way that I use this, but this would have gone to waste. I don't have very many blonde friends that I really know, and I could have decluttered this too. So I'm really happy with the way that I used it up. And then the next thing I did not think I was going to finish, I got the last use out of it today, and that would be my Laura Mercier Caviar Stick in Intense Moonlight. I have finished up 3 mini shadow sticks this year, which is incredible. And here is what this looked like. As you guys know, I did scoop out all of the product into this little sample jar to get it used up. I love my little Clinique sample jar. So there's still a little bit of residue there, as you can see. And it really was getting kind of clumpy after I had it in here for so long, and it was a little bit finicky to apply, but I got through it because I've been using it every single day when I applied eyeshadow, no matter if it really matched the shadow I was putting on top or not. And I went back to applying it first with a brush and then with my finger. Before then, because my nails were short at the time, I had just been using my fingers, which made it apply smoother, but I didn't need as much product. So I'm really happy that I used it up. As you guys know, I love the Laura Mercier shadow sticks, but I just did not like this one. It was a little bit too silvery taupe. And I think that's just because it was the intense version. Those tend to be a little bit more glittery, and the shade's a little bit different than the original. I also don't think I would go out right away and repurchase the shade in the original. I definitely want to swatch it in person to be sure that I would like the color. And I already have similar shades from Laura Mercier. So very happy to have used it up. I love the Laura Mercier Caviar Sticks. They don't crease on my oily lids. They're small enough that I can be detailed when applying them, because I do have small lids and hooded eyes, and they wear all day. Absolutely love them. And then the last thing I used up, I knew I would finish this. This is the Lemongrass Spa Peppermint Stick Lip Polish. And this took me all year to finish because I wasn't the most diligent about this. I definitely can't overuse a lip scrub or it'll feel like it's, you know, roughing up my lips. But my mom did just get me another one for Christmas, so I'll be working on it again this year. And then there were 17 other makeup products I finished since my last update, and some of these are from my fall project, some are from my winter project, and then other things I've just been using all year long, so, or for several months I should say, not all year long. The first is this little mini of the Dermablend Pore Saver Matte Makeup Primer. This was a very silicone matte primer. Didn't do anything for me. I didn't find it super pore controlling or mattifying. Would not repurchase that. I did use up the Too Faced Born This Way Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer in Swan. I just finished this a few days ago. I was using this as foundation. I like this way more as foundation than concealer. It gives really full coverage as foundation. It's very long wearing, blends out really nicely. I won't repurchase this to use as a foundation, but I really liked it in that way. And this has 0.5 fluid ounces or 15 mils, so there's a ton in here. You totally get your money's worth. And as a concealer, I'd say this is more of like a medium to full coverage and more of like a natural satin finish, which is very nice, but I just like Tarte Shape Tape a little bit better, so I won't repurchase this, or at least not right now. My preferences could change after I pan Shape Tape next year, but what an accomplishment. And again, normally I don't like repurposing concealers as foundations because I find it wasteful, but when it's a concealer that's this big, I don't feel that it's so wasteful. And also, this was near impossible to take the stopper out. I jacked up my hand. I had to try so many times because the stopper was really heavy duty. So there's some product down in there, but I actually scooped in here with a spatula, and I had it sitting for like a whole 24 hours in a sample jar to get out all the product. So this is totally done, I can tell you with confidence. What an accomplishment. And then I did use up another concealer that I used as just a regular concealer, the Dose of Colors Meet Your Hue. I had the shade Fair 03, and here is what this looks like. I really enjoyed this concealer. It has a nice big doe foot applicator as well, and this has like a full coverage satin finish. I really enjoy this one. I will probably repurchase Tarte Shape Tape just because I can get it from Ulta and you can't get Dose from there anymore, but this is very good. Then I did use up 3 of my Dermablend Translucent Loose Setting Powder. I finished this one, the full size, in my fall project pan. This is a 1 ounce. And then I finished up these 2 in my winter project. And one of them I literally just finished yesterday. And these have 3 grams or 0.11 ounces. The full size has 28 grams. I love this powder. It's my favorite to set my under eyes. It is brightening, meaning it does give a white cast. Now there are other shades that won't leave a white cast on deeper skin tones. So if my foundation is too light, I can't set it with this, or at least not this alone. I actually did that in the video I filmed yesterday. Then I put my Kosas powder on top and it helped a little bit, but not enough. So today I used the ColourPop foundation in my winter project pan, which is too light, with just the Kosas powder, and it's still a little light, but works much better. But anyway, I love this. It is not a mattifying powder, but it doesn't make me too dewy. It sets my makeup really nicely without getting caked in my sponge or really caking up on my face, unless it's been too many days since I washed my sponge. I absolutely love this. It's a really underrated product. If you have a medium to deep complexion, I would say get one of the tinted versions, but this is really good. I have 2 backups. I get them whenever they're on sale, half off at Ulta. Love. It's great to set the face as well, but I like it best as an under eye setting powder. Then, even though I have a different setting spray in my winter project pan, I wanted to try to finish up some Urban Decay all-nighters to hit that 100, and I finished 2, and these have 0.5 fluid ounces or 15 mils. How is that the same as this? I mean, obviously it's a totally different product, and I do not go spray heavy with setting sprays, but I love this. I have several more minis. I have a travel size. I have a full size scented version, but I will totally buy this in the full size. It is my favorite regular traditional setting spray. Then I have the Milk Kush Fiber Brow Gel in the shade Haze, and I have been using this for months and months and months. There is still some product in here, but while there might be fibers in here, I think that this is my brow hair, not really fibers. This is totally fine. At first, I did not love it because it gave a lot of color and I felt like it looked a little funny on the brows because it was like, I should say, a lot of product. And as I used it more, not as much came out. This was fine, but I have other brow gels I like better, like Benefit Gimme Brow, because my brow hairs actually stay in place very well. So hold is not the most important thing to me. I like this. I got it from the Box Charm Facebook group for a really good price, but I would not repurchase. Next is something that I'm a little embarrassed to tell you how I used it up because this was a little wasteful. Look at this Skinny Mini Legend Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer Potion. This is the anti-aging version. I'm so close to finishing this. So the past week I used this as a face primer. I don't recommend, because I did it today and I actually think my face looks very good today. You are going to need to blend out your foundation very quickly. When I tried putting my concealer on top, it like patched away the foundation and then would not blend. So what I ended up doing was doing face primer first, kind of like in sections, then concealer under my eyes, then foundation on top, and that worked. But I don't feel too shameful because I've literally been working on this for most of the year and I don't really love it. I like the original much better and I do not feel bad about this one bit. Try to make me. Try. I don't feel bad. I use it up literally until like halfway through the U. Yeah, I'd say halfway through the U before I use it as a face primer. So I got it all out though, so suck on that. Then I did finish 2 liquid liners that I also have had open and in use for many, many months. And because I'm not wearing makeup as often, I'm not sticking to that 3-month rule as much for the liners or for the mascara. So I've used these for many, many months. And this first one is a full-size Milani Stay Put Matte Liquid Liner in Coffee Matte. So this is a really dark brown and this is a felt tip applicator, but because it is the Well style, it always is nice and hydrated. And this does not stay put on me. This runs. I have very watery eyes. This does not work for me. Then I have the Tarte Maneater liquid liner. This is a mini. It's also a black shade. This is a brush tip. This applied really easily, but also did not stay in place on me. It got up here, down here, because I have very watery eyes. The only liquid liners that I have found that work for me are the KVD Tattoo Liner and the Physicians Formula Eye Booster. I've panned several other liquid liners this year and I hated them all. They messed up my makeup, so I'm tired of playing around with things, okay? I'm just gonna stick to my faves. Then we have the 2 mascaras that I've been using. The first is the IT Cosmetics Superhero, and for some reason, like the stopper in here like made product like goop up every time I open it, so it is very nasty and there's still some juice in here. But I'm done using this. I've been using this for many, many months. This is okay. Like, it gives some length, some volume. My friend Jean really likes this and it just doesn't do anything for me, although it didn't dry out as fast as the minis did, so I was happy about that. Then I have this Thrive Cosmetics Liquid Lash Extensions mascara, and my mom gave this one to me because I had given it to her. I bought it for her actually. And this is a plastic bristle brush. This does give some nice length, separation. It's a good mascara, but this is something like just style wise I would rather pair with a volumizing mascara. This is a tubing mascara, so you just need warm water to make it come off. I actually don't like that because I remove all my other makeup with cleansing balm. So when I remove everything else and my mascara is still on and I have to like wash it a different way, that's annoying to me. So I don't think I would buy this, but if you like tube mascaras, go for it. It made my lashes look nice. I just was kind of irritated by that. And then I did decide to work on another Jack Black Intense Therapy Lip Balm in the Natural Mint scent. This is just a mini, 3 grams or 0.1 ounces. I did cut it open and scoop all the product into one of my sample jars to get it used up. I absolutely love this balm. I've been through several minis this year. I have a full size ready to go. They're only $8, but really, really good. I like these more than a lot of other high-end lip balms. I did use up the Wander Beauty Lip Retreat Oil in Skinny Dip, which is their nude shade. This is a really comfortable formula, but very messy, very tinted, not very hydrating, would not repurchase. Then I did also use up, finally this took forever, a mini Buxom Full On Lip Cream in Hot Toddy. I Love this shade. I do have another mini that I will be happy to use up, and then when that's used up, I will totally buy this in the full size. I love the Buxom glosses. They give the creams give like a medium opacity, and they have a super glossy shine to them but no shimmer. I like the tingle. I love Buxom glosses so much. They're the only sticky gloss I'm okay with, so very happy to have this used up. Buxom glosses take me a long time because I don't need to reapply them as much as like a thinner, more slippery gloss. So I can't believe we've done it, guys. We made it to that 100. I'm very proud of myself. I know that the way I use this up is a little questionable, okay? But I'm fine with it. I'm fine with it. I hope you guys are too. And again, like I said, there were basically these powders and the setting spray I finished up as part of my winter project pan, but I didn't want to, you know, save those empties for next year. So I'm feeling really happy with this. I cannot wait to film my end of the year empties for you guys. I have been loving the videos I've seen so far. I know I'm a little behind, story of my life, but I would love to hear your thoughts on these products in the comments down below. I would love to hear what you guys have used up this year and what project pans you plan on doing for 2022. Of course, I'm going to do my year-long project pan, my sample project pan, my 4 seasonal pans, and then I want to do some other fun things. So I would love to hear your suggestions down below. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye, guys.